everyone. Well, as you know from the title, I'm about to unbox some sort of an Electrolux. This is a Swedish-made Electrolux vacuum, and I've read that it was their first Cyclonic cleaner. I saw this on eBay. I can't remember if it was on auction or buy it now, but anyway, I got it. So here it is. Let's get it open. Managed to keep hold of my box cutter. I kept losing it, so I thought, look, put it somewhere where you know it will be. But who knows, I probably will lose it again, but it's very useful. Okay, oh, it's one of the old newspaper ones. This hasn't come from anyone I know or know of, like Mr. Rusty, so I can't make fun of them through the newspaper. But let's have a look. Who buys newspapers nowadays anyway? I think this might be a Metro, not sure. Stop looking at the paper, you're saying. Get that vacuum out. Well, I will, folks. Don't worry about it. I can't even see what that is. It looks like a Metro anyway. Now, this comes with a turbo nozzle, but it doesn't seem to have, well, it wasn't pictured anyway. I'm sure this would have actually been available with the regular nozzle as well. It's not many manufacturers would have just supplied a turbo nozzle. It all looks very clean, it did in the photos, so it will need a bit of a clean and polish. It does need either a new cable or I'll have to cut the existing plug off and fit another one. I do have a transparent plug actually that might look okay with this. It will be cheaper than trying to source and fit a cable. Right, here we have an Electrolux. It's a bit hard to read the writing. Don't know if we can see with the lighting, look. But it does say, if you can't see that, it says Electrolux Carpet Revitalizer Brush. This looks very like one that Vax supplied with some of their earlier tub vacuums, their 3-in-1s. I'm not sure if theirs had an adjustment though. This has got an adjustment for different piles of carpet. It doesn't adjust the height, it just allows more air into the air path. So if you're using it on longer pile carpets, it opens the air path, so in theory the brush should still rotate fast, even if it's a long pile that may be restricting the brush. But for, was it long? Oh no, I think it's long pile, you have it closed, fully closed. Oh right, got it all about face. Long pile, you have the vent closed. Short pile, you have the vent open. Looks in reasonable condition. You've got little access. Press. I thought you press down. No wheels, just got these sliders. Don't know why it's saying press there. Sure that comes off though. I don't want to force it. You should be able to get access to the turbine through that somehow. Here is the wand. And this is very like the wand I've had with other Swedish-made Electrolux cleaners. The Excelio has a wand like this. I think the Belido does as well. Bit of metal polish on that is required, I think. But it's smooth. Smooth running. Not bad. Not bad at all. Put that over there. The hose. Not all that long. We could do with a bit of a clean. That's the vacuum end of the hose. Got a little seal around the top there. Smooth the box. And here is the handle. You've got suction control. And you've got your onboard tools. It all seems intact. You've got your dusting brush. It's going to sing a song then. Short and stubbly, crevice, and finally, how does that come out? Slides out. That looks fairly unused. That's your upholstery nozzle. Slides back in, so that's not bad. I prefer tools on board inside the machine. Now, how did I put? Oh, that's it. This is the next best thing, I think, having them high up, but at least they're sort of integrated quite nicely with the handle. You've not got something stuck here on the hose that gets in the way. It actually forms the handle. So that's, you know, I quite like that. Yeah, so that's the handle. This is giving you a clue of the colour of the machine anyway, because it's got it's turquoise and grey as far as I can recall. A lot of it is transparent too, or at least translucent. So that's all the tools. So well packed. I don't know much about this cleaner, to be honest. I do vaguely recall seeing it in catalogues. I don't think I ever saw it in a shop. I have a feeling it dates from around the 2000s, that sort of time. Yeah, looks pretty good condition. It's, as I said, you know, there's some vacuums I buy, various reasons I buy them. One reason is because they're cheap and they're a bargain and I can't resist no matter what they are. Another is because it's a childhood vacuum or something I used to own. Or thirdly, because it's a bit unusual and looks quite interesting, and this Electrolux falls into that camp. Feels pretty solid, as you know, it's a Swedish made machine, it's not Chinese, not made in Luton, Bedfordshire like a lot of our Electroluxes were, but a Swedish made Electrolux is pretty good, and it's got the traditional cylinder shape, hasn't it, or canister shape, so it's a bit retro looking. I like it so far. It's got a Gore stream filter. I have seen you can still get parts for this, quite expensive though. I was looking for a whole new cord assembly, and I'll show you for why. This was pointed out, just have to be careful as I'm pulling it out. It's got a nice smooth flex action, pulling it out, that is very lovely and smooth. It's got one of those thin flexes, but this is the problem, and this was pointed out in the listing. That has pulled away. I'm assuming it'll still work. I will give it a quick go with the plug like that, with the lead exposed, but I'll be very careful. The easiest thing to do would just be to cut that off and put, as I said, I've got a clear transparent plug because this part is transparent. It will go with it. I don't think I've seen a grey plug. You can get black and white. I've never seen a grey one like that. There's no way really of rewiring a moulded on plug. You just have to cut them off and wire in a new one. So that, as I say, that feels very smooth. It's not scrapey. There we go, that's it. Let's check it works. Nice big pedal to rewind the cable. Oops. Go on. Oh. Little bit sluggish at the end. A lot of cleaners are. Does go in eventually though. This side of the cleaner you've got your foot operated on-off pedal. I do like the colour of this. It's very, I like the style too. It's got a check filter light or lights. I don't know what, I'll have to check. I think I can see it, I've seen an online instruction book. So it says check filter here, but there are two lights marked 1 and 2, so I'm not sure if that refers, possibly, is that check filter 1, which is possibly the pre-motor, and is that 2 for the post-motor? That might be what that's about. It's got a parking slot. I didn't see, let's have a look. No, there's no parking bracket on the turbo nozzle. This would have come with a straight suction nozzle. If I can get hold of one in this colour, I think it probably would have been this colour grey, and it would have had a turquoise pedal, or aqua, whatever colour we're calling that. But very traditional shape at the back. Two very big wheels. They're quite smooth running. And at the base, it does stand on its end. You've got your swivel caster. And let's see, Electrolux people out there, can we date this from the rating plate? Couldn't get too close because it was going out of focus. I can't see it. What's the wattage of this? Maximum 1300 watts. This machine, type TW1. Product number is Z5810T, made in Sweden. And the product number, if I can see it, 907300101. Oh, the serial number is 026000236, I think. It's very hard for me to see from this angle. I just noticed as I was looking at the serial number, it's got another little roller wheel for some reason right on the back. I don't know what that's for actually, unless it's to assist with moving the machine. No, I have no idea. What on earth is that for then, folks? Can't see the purpose of that. Because the wheels, it doesn't... Ah, that's odd. Well, if any of you know what that wheel's about, please let me know in the comments section. Here's the post motor filter. I'll have to check if that's washable. I expect they're quite expensive if they're not. Yes, that actually says filter 2 on it. Not sure if we'll be able to pick that up. So I think those two lights do indicate whether to check the pre or the post motor filter. Ew. That needs replacing really. Gore, yeah, it says Gore Clean Stream filter. I'll see if I can wash that. I'll try and wash it, but doesn't look very healthy, does it? I'll see if I can source another. I think I can, but I seem to remember they were a bit pricey. There's a motor in there. It's got some sound insulation. Actually written on the motor says sound reduction system. Don't know how dirty the motor would be. I'm not sure how efficient the Cyclone on this Electrolux would have been. Probably not that great. There we go. That's clicked in. So here is the bagless compartment. There is a button here which I assume removes it for emptying, and that's the hose inlet. Yep, so that presses down. It does feel good quality though. Let's have a look in here. No other filters. That motor though is pretty rusted. It's not the it's hard to see, but it's not the nice shiny finish I expect from an Electrolux motor. So this is probably been stored somewhere in a shed or a garage, despite the fact it looks very good. Looks a pretty big capacity, that, doesn't it? So oh, there is another filter, look, but it's actually attached to this, and again that looks like it needs replacing. Push to open. I don't want to open the whole thing. Well, not that it's got, oh, that's, I just wanted to check the filter first. That must be to prevent you using the machine without the filter. That will stop you putting the bagless compartment back on the machine. Antibacterial. Oh, it's not too bad, but that might fall apart when I wash it. If you are supposed to wash it, you might not be supposed to, but anyway, well, it's not too bad, I suppose. Condition. There's a date wheel. Date wheel, but with no arrows pointing to any dates. So that's on there. So what's it say? Now, it says Electrolux Cyclone power, most powerful Cyclone cylinder, quietest Cyclone cylinder, lifetime HEPA filtration. Push to open. Right, where's it going to open? Oh. Oh, right. Oh. I was kind of expecting something different to that. Anyway, so that just takes the whole cover off. The dirt will go somewhere in here. And we'll try it out to see where the dirt actually goes in that. Then you just tip it out, I suppose, then. There's a little flap. supposed to stop the dirt falling out. I expect some dirt would have fallen out of that when you carried it to the bin, unless you, well, don't know. I don't like Bagless on the whole. I do think even the best Bagless are certainly messier to dispose of the dirt than, oh dear. That seems a bit, that probably needs sticking down again. Don't know how that's supposed to be, looks a bit odd. And that doesn't look too good, does it? That little mesh looks a bit distorted. It's a metal mesh. But all in all it looks fairly clean. And I don't think it's been properly cleaned. I just think it's probably not had so much use. I would have rather, at the time this was available, I would have gone for a bagged Electrolux. But of course, all the manufacturers had to start making bagless vacuums because of Dyson. You know, they really started the trend. There were machines that didn't need dust bags before Dyson came along, but when they launched their DC01, their first, it wasn't their first cleaner Dyson, but it was their first sort of mass market vacuum. Obviously people wanted that and it was popular, and then manufacturers thought, oh, we better get a bit of that action. So Dyson still make the best Cyclones, but they certainly don't make the best performing or the best quality vacuum cleaners. I know there'll be some Dyson fans out there thumbing me down for that comment, but it's my opinion, but it's not an opinion I've come to without quite a lot of years of experience and using various vacuum cleaners, including lots and lots of Dysons that I've never shown on this channel because I've had them before I had this channel and sold them. Right, let's attach the hose and take this baby for a quick run. I think I'll put a bit of dirt down just to see where it goes in this Cyclone unit. I will, again, just to be safe, plug it in and switch it on away from the machine. It might be on. It might be in the on position. Quite a long cable. Right, it's either faulty or it is in the off position, so we'll switch it on. Let's hope it actually works. Doesn't sound as sweet as some of the Electroluxes I've used, that's for sure. And it's certainly noisier. It might have been quiet for a bagless cleaner of its time, but it's quite noisy for an Electrolux. It is a good suction. I did notice when I blocked the end off, the check filter light number 1 lit. So there, that is obviously for the pre-motor filter. This clips on. It's going to need a good clean and a polish to restore it back to a little bit better, but as I said, it is in pretty good condition. That's why I went for it. If it was really battered and needed a lot of parts, I wouldn't have gone for this. It doesn't have such a smooth wind down, does it, as some of the old classic Electroluxes. But I like it. It's, yeah, I do like it. I was attracted by the design of this. Let's pop the turbo nozzle on, check that works. I'll use it on, well, I'll close the vent off, I think. Yes, well, I don't know if you'll agree with me, but I think it's quite unusual. Quite unusual looking. Whoops. Right. Yeah, I think the turbo nozzle is a bit rattly. I think that needs a bit of attention. Let's turn it on again. Doesn't sound bad when I'm holding it up, it's just when it's on the carpet it rattles. I don't think it's going to need much to get that working properly. I'll put down a bit of dirt, shall I, just to see. In fact, where have I got some dirt? I'm going to have to find some. I've got samples of dirt all over the house in various dust bags. Yeah, I'll just leave it there while I find something to pick up with this Electrolux Cyclone Power. Well, this bagless container from the current shark liftaway that I'm using is way past the max fill line, so we'll empty that out, shall we? Oh goodness, tea leaves in there and all sorts. So I'll spread that out. Don't know how well this is going to work with that turbo brush. But I do have, I think the tool, the standard floor tool for my Electrolux Excelio will fit this. But I would like to try and get a grey and turquoise standard carpet and floor nozzle. Right, let's just spread this dirt out. Get my hands in, I'm not squeamish. There we go. Rub the hairs. This shark actually is very good. I don't know if I'll have done a demo of it by the time you see this. It's one shark sent me. And at the time of making this video it's on offer at about £125, so it's a good budget shark. Right, I won't try and pick up these huge clumps. Well, not with the turbo nozzle anyway. Okay, let's see how well it works. Well, the camera seems to be in an okay position just to use it. Let's move the machine out of the way a bit. Oh dear! Cyclone fail already, because I saw the check filter light illuminate. I think it's like the Hoover Idol, it can't cope with picking up. Well, where's it blocked? I think it's blocked. I think it's blocked at that mesh. Can't see it, can you? There's a little mesh, that mesh thing I showed you earlier. Oh, look. Can you see that, folks? That's why it's just stopped. It's just completely blocked that up almost straight away. Oh, how ludicrous is that? Absolutely ludicrous. Deary me. I mean, I'll have another go. Well, no wonder this doesn't seem to have had much use. Pop that back on. Hang on, what have I done wrong here? It's not going in. That's it. Completely lost its suction again. No wonder they sold this. It's done the same thing, exactly the same thing. Now that can't be right, surely. It's attracted. Well, it looks quite good. Oh, it's woefully inadequate. That's just done that again, look. Appalling. I mean, what I'll need to do, I mean, there are some big clunks, I suppose, big bits of hair that you wouldn't normally get. I think that goes over there, look. That little seal. So maybe that, I don't think that'll make much difference to it, though. It'll still clog up. Deary me. Is that going to go in? Hang on. Seems a bit tricky getting it back in. Oh dear, there we go. Oh dear, this is not going to be a daily driver. Oh look, I've left some dirt, hang on, let's see if it'll pick that up. Just had to pause, I've had an Amazon delivery. It's making some funny noises. I think it's the seals, they're not quite sealing properly. Yeah, it's like some shark cleaners, they don't cope. A lot of shark cleaners don't cope with a large amount of dirt in one go because it attracts to the central metal mesh in the Cyclone, and this is what's happened with this Electrolux. But for regular use, for regular cleaning, it probably would have been okay, but obviously not ideal. Give me a bagged Electrolux any day of the week. There we go, whoops, there we are. Right. Well, thanks for watching, folks. You might not see this for a while. One day, when I've got the space and the time, I'd like to do videos, themed videos. So I'll show you all my Electrolux cleaners, all my Hoover, well, it might be difficult showing all the Hoover ones, but I can probably show you all the Electrolux ones together, all the Miele, all the Sebo, and then I could do one of the sort of various odds and ends vacuums I've got. Maybe I've just got one or two of a certain brand I can show you. It's all ideas for the future. Bye Daisy, she's off trying to wade through all that newspaper. If you have any questions or if you know anything more about this vacuum, you can tell me. Please let me know in the comments section below. Please stay tuned for more videos. Please subscribe. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.